This is Group A we just saw. We see winner is KTR with 18 points. Hello, good evening, good morning, and welcome to all of you eSailing fans sitting around the world. And thank you for letting me back online. I haven't been online for quite some time, but I'm online again here, ready for doing some eSailing, ready for doing things we love. But today we're getting ready to go to Asia. We're going to the Pacific Rim. We are going, and sorry I said only Asia. We're also going to have New Zealand, the Kiwis with us, and also the Australians. Sorry for all of you viewers out there. Luckily we don't have them in studio because some of them always at this time of the moment, in the morning European time and in the evening their time, enjoying a beer, having fun, and I know tonight we might also see KZ7 Matt, and he's known as the toilet guy. He's the only one I know who has qualified to a world championship by playing on his mobile phone in a toilet while his wife was pregnant and just had their newborn child. So we're going to see some legends tonight, but let's go in and see the format. I know they're getting ready for it. We are getting ready to do a lot of cool things in there, but let's see the format of tonight, how this is organized and what we're going to enjoy. And here we are getting ready. When we're seeing here, I haven't updated it yet, but it is the Pacific Rim, so you don't see any European flags today. You only see Japanese, New Zealand, Australia, and then we have an Italian flag. Sorry, we have a European flag, but he's actually not from Italy. He is from Singapore. That's Jean-Pedro, but he is Italian. He is an Italian living there, but he is playing for Singapore, so he's in the Pacific Rim. The format today is a J70. It's the 49er in race 2. It's the NACRA 17 in race 3, Laser in race 4, and then we have the EF50 in race 5, and race 6 is an F28, or let's just call it the Far East boat. So coming in, I can say to you guys in the private chat now, we have the return of KZ7, and he's also writing that he has now a baby bed placed just close to him, means that if she's waking up, then he might have some challenges in there, but let's see how that will go. But let's look into it, let's get ready for it, let's have some action when they're getting online. And of course we are going to have some fun today. It's early morning in Europe. I can see LDN sailing is up. It's amazing that the Spanish people actually is awake at this time. They eat so late in the evening, they go late to bed, and I'm actually amazed that they're also early up, so welcome to LDN sailing. But back to the race, I can see race number 1 is set. And let's talk a little bit about this Pacific Rim. I know Vegas and Gaki, they are actually the founder of the Pacific server. They're also organizing it together with Sean Bourne. And they want to grow eSailing their region. They want also to invite in the Chinese, they want to invite in the whole region. And the reason why they want that is because they want a strong Pacific Rim region, so they also can host tournaments there. So they don't need to go up early morning or late night to play against the Europeans in all the European events. And this also shows how big eSailing is becoming around the world. Also shows that it's growing at the moment. But is it the game growing, or is it the community growing, or are we just all having fun with our game? I can say the Spanish is writing that they watched actually the real AC75 this night, so they are already awake. So I am quite amazed about that. Let's get ready into it. I can say to you, it's quite easy for me to to find servers today, because when we're playing at this time, there's no much custom races. There's only 4, and it's the Asians doing it. So let's having it in here. Let's go in game. Let's see and bear away with me if the studio is not all set, because I've been doing a lot of recordings together with Alec. I've been doing a lot of things lately, so I haven't been in studio for almost 2 weeks. Oh, and everything is set, I can see. So here we have all the players coming in. KTR, I have to say, KTR, he is looking to be one of the best Japanese sailors at the moment this year. Amazing if we are going to see him go all the way to the World Championship, the university student himself. Pauline 3, and let's see, Mist is there. Oh, KZ7, Matt. Yeah. I remember when I was commentating our first World Championship ever. I was flying to Florida. My company was hired to do the production in Florida, Sarasota, and then we flew over there. And then I met Alec Wilkinson for the second time in my life. And when we came to the day where we were going to do the production, then Alec, he watched his co-commentator and said, "Hey, I don't want to co-commentate with another person that don't know anything about the game." And then he came out to us in the behind, pointed on me and said, "Hey, you're in charge of production, so you also know something about the game. Come in and commentate together with me the World Championship." And this is the way everything started. This is the way eSailing started 3.5 years ago, with Alec and I doing a lot of productions together. And I can just say last year we did around 620 hours broadcast in eSailing. The game is on, let's go in. The J17 is here, so let's get ready to rumble. It is race number 1. As you can see in the top right corner, we have 19 boats for the start. Yutsuki, the Mark, the Mark, long time no seen. Then we have Mist, NZ Salesman, Mangina, Matt, KZ7, Matt. 2 of them are Matt. Good morning, Dane Law. Welcome online. Lumen 2, Jose, Pauline 3, and then Aotearoa from New Zealand. The Japanese of 31, Shambu Dodru, KGR, behind you, Sean Bourne, 0507, Just Mitchell, Taxitus, he's up and running, and Cool running. Start is on, 10 seconds, and watch here. Let's do some tricks here. If you're watching this screen, then you can see right now it's the best to be in the pin end, because the pin end is higher up than the committee boat. So all the boats, false start for Mangina. Too much beer in for him maybe. I know he's relaxing at this time. NZ Salesman's also. But just to say, the Mark, he started very, very good. He was also in the pin end where the wind was in the favor. And we can see that on the starting line in the graphic in 2D. So the Mark there is the highest. If the pin end is higher than the committee boat, then that's where it's best to start. Then watch all the wind shift in there. We can trust them. I believe that the dark area is where there's a high breeze, and the light area is where there's a light breeze. The Mark is in the lead as foreseen already from the start, because he really had a good start in that pin end. Opposite side, let's see, we have some battles. NZ Salesman with a false start, Cool running, going in front of him, throwing some dirty air. Then we have KTR, and watch the position KTR is in. KTR is in a very, very good position at the moment, actually to come in front of the Mark, and it looks like he's actually going to nail it a little bit, but they also need to keep an eye on Sean Bourne coming here on the opposite side. And when we're speaking about personalities in this game, then we have a grandmaster in the game, that's Sean Bourne, studying the game. I know we haven't seen him winning much lately, but Sean Bourne is the grandmaster of eSailing in Japan. He knows so much about the game. He has studied the game. He knows all the algorithms. He knows a lot of things on it, but it doesn't mean he's winning, because as he said, when they did the Japanese Championship last time, and they're also doing the Japanese Saturday League, then he said, all the youngsters coming in, and somehow they haven't studied the game, but they're still winning over me. Here we are coming to the mark rounding, first top mark rounding. Let's see it from the top. There's a lot of action coming in. KGR in the lead, as so Mark in second. So very nice. Oh, unforced penalty by the Mark. Yasutki coming in, Sean Bourne in fourth. Cool running, Judge Mitchell, a penalty to Chambadru, penalty to Mangina. That's his second fall today. Paulina and Tacitus. Also a very bad start. Mark rounding 2, they're going downwind. And now it is all the action coming in. I can see it's only a medium downwind in this J-boat. It means they really need to speed up and do some fast action, some fast learning. But it looks like KGR is going outside of the wind shadows, of the boats from behind. He means business. He wants to win. And now the next question of today's learning curve is, which mark is best to turn around? Here you need to look at the ley lines, and when you see the ley lines, then you can see they're creating zones in each side, and the zone that is smallest of these ley lines is the favorite side to go to. So if you're going to the left hand side, Josh Mitchell, KZ7, Tacitus, all of those are having a small favorite than the opposite side, where Cool Running, Pauline Tree went into. So they won, I think, 3-4 meters in total in this mark rounding. But let's get ready. It's only a medium upwind. KGR first. Sean Bourne taking that second position. Yutsuki coming in. Where did KZ7 go? Where did the mark go? The mark dropping down to fourth. KZ7. Or maybe he should play on his mobile phone, if he is playing on his mobile phone still, or has he changed into a tablet? We never know, but he was the first one and the only one at the World Championship standing with a mobile phone on stage. KGR is looking like a winner of this race. Only a disconnection or a big red button can kill his stream. Sean Bourne in second. He's going to battle Yutsuki when they're going downwind. The mark coming in, penalty, Judge Mitchell. Oh, a penalty to the mist, penalty. A lot of boats coming in at the same time. This is going to be penalty galore when they are going downwind. Lumen 2, Pauline 3, Mangina. Oh, Mangina, it's not his race. Oh, getting a penalty also there, sailing into Paulina. And that's how he is going to end up this first race. Let's follow top 6 downwind. Let's see if there's going to be some action. KGR is going to win this one. Sean Bourne is following him. An interesting split. Yutsuki 0517 missed, and the mark going to the right hand side. And is that a good way to go or a bad way? So that's always interesting what to do, because it's all about the wind pressure. Let's see them. The speed 16.0, 16.7, then it's 17.2. So they're actually winning meters over here. Yutsuki is going to take the win. KGR lost that one downwind. So those going to the right hand side had the wind shift with them. They had the speed. So KGR threw away a victory or a lead of 70 meters to Yutsuki that went in and took the lead 0.01 in front of KGR. Sean Bourne got third. The mark got dropped down to fourth. So amazing race. Congratulations. And this is also, keep an eye on these split and these downwind actions, because there you can really win a lot of meters in this game. And that was amazing reading by Yutsuki in that wind shift. First place, Yutsuki, KGR in second, Sean Bourne in third, the mark in fourth, 0517 in fifth, missed in sixth, KZ7 in seven, behind you in eight, Cool Running 9, Chambadru in 10th, Justin Mitchell in 11, NZ Salesman 12, Japan 31 in 13, Tacitus 14, Lumen 2, Jose, and rest of the fleet. Mangina, not the best start of today, but he's also more known for his offshore sailing, where he has all the time and he only needs to think in angles and speed and a sail and not think about a lot of things around him. The mark has the best start. KGR had the best average speed. Cool Running best maximum speed. Just Mitchell sailed the shortest distance, and Mangina did 12 jibes. defensive or aggressive jibes downwind. And when we can see here, then we can see how KGR, he won the start and the upwind leg. And actually I had to say the Mog had the absolute best start, but somehow KGR read the wind shift. He read how to go upwind. Nice done by him. But in the end, it was Yutsuki going in, taking that wind shift, that split downwind, made him come to the first in front of KGR and Sean Bond. So good start, good race in this Asian, or let's see, Asia Pacific eSailing competition. So it's all about reading those winds. It's all about making sure that you have your wind shift in control. And one thing is for sure, here we saw a very good example of Yutsuki reading the wind downwind. And as we saw the measurement, suddenly he had 17.2 in knots in speed, where opposite side they have 15.8. So read the wind, and normally we are saying that the J-boat you're winning upwind and losing downwind. And that was also the case here. But the losing downwind is normally a battle with wind shadow and aggressive moves and that way. But in this case, it was pure tactics, pure reading the wind. So let's see how Sailranks is doing. Let's go into scoreboard. To those of you that is new for this, Sailranks is the scoring system made by the community for the community, and it's a very fantastic tool to do a live update. And there we have it. 1 point. We are following the low point system in sailing. 1 point for a victory, 2 points for second, and so on. But there are 6 races today in total. So let's see how that will unfold. I know they're getting ready for race number 2. We are waiting for the race officers to come in here to create it. So race number 2 coming up in a few seconds. Should there be any questions or anything in the chat, please write. We're always happy here on the channel to share things and talk together with each other. And now, while speaking about who will go to the World Championship and everything, interesting what's happening, because at the moment there's just been created a whole new format in VR in the AC75, and there we will see a small battle for the World Championship who will go into it. So that is very good. Dane Law is writing that the Asian Pacific, an example of VRE being used well, people from different countries coming together as a community for fun. Well done, guys. And I have to say, well done by Vegas and Gagi by creating this league, and well done by the race officers in there going into the next one. Right now, we are waiting for a race. It hasn't been created. That's why they can't join in. So, race is up, next race coming in. So let's get ready for some rumble. Let's see the action of race number 2. And race number 2 is this beautiful boat, a 49er. And interesting, I read earlier, or yesterday, earlier morning for you guys in Asia and the Pacific Rim, but late night for me here in Denmark, that there might be some small bugs in this game with the 49er. So let's keep an eye on it if that is the case today. If you see the boat jumping a little bit, then it's actually not your computer. Then it's maybe the communication to the server and back. Because when we're doing games like this, then you're sending a signal to a server, 0.1 second it normally takes, and then it's sending a signal to all the other boats and back to you. With 0.1 seconds delay also. So in total there's always 0.3 seconds in between each movement. So sometimes you will see the boat continue and suddenly turn, then it's because this signal is a little bit slow. But right now we are in Asia, we are in the Pacific Rim, and it looks like the servers over there or the communications are very, very good. Oh, Thomas will take questions today. Thomas, tell us, what do you think about the AC75 challenge and the VRE organization? Let's be a little bit politicians today. Let's take a talk about the AC75. I think it's a beautiful boat. I think it's a good format, but I don't think in the gaming world that a match race is fitting in. It is getting very bored when you're playing a match race so many times in one boat, and especially when you have, as the media's also wrote about the real AC75, wrote, hey, the Italians are winning if they're crossing the starting line first, and the New Zealanders winning if they're crossing the starting line first. So a good start is a win. The same thing we're seeing in this game. So maybe instead of doing match race, then do at least 4 boats against each other, then we will have some action in it. We are missing one player. We are missing one to come into it. So let's see how it goes. But we are talking about that. We just saw the news today that in this match race competition in AC75, there will be a spot for the World Championship, a direct spot for the World Championship. And it's and top 8, it looks like in what's written that top 8 will go straight into the World Championship, into a round robin about who is going to win this spot for the World Championship. So if you want to go to the World Championship, then it's just about who's playing the most games at the moment, then you can go in there. So Stipper coach Croatia, now is your time to beat your old record. It was 386 races, as I remember, in the qualification for the World Championship. And this time you can win a direct spot for the World Championship doing maybe 1,000 races of 6 minutes of races. So you only need to race 6,000 minutes. Let's get ready for race number 2. This is why we are here. We are here to be entertained by cool racing. And there we go, race number 2 coming up. This is the 49er. Normally 2 boats, 2 persons on this fantastic boat that's 4 meters and 80 meters long. And in this game, the algorithm of it is that you have a wind shadow of around 23 meters. So this boat, you're winning upwind, losing downwind. And winning upwind means that you really need to do a great upwind leg, reading the radar, reading the wind conditions. And see here, now we have this case watching in 2D again. It doesn't matter if you go in the pin end or you go at the committee boat, because the wind is actually at the same moment. That's why all the boats are clustering up at the committee boat and want to have the right of way, in this case being on the inside, that's as close as possible to the committee boat, because then they can pressure the other boats in the tack. There we see, but the wind shift started in the left-hand side. There's a hard wind pressure over there. So let's see how it will unfold. A lot of wind shift might come in this race. But the boats here in the middle, Tacitus 0517 KTR, behind you are in a good position. But it is our overall leader after one race, I have to say. Yutsuki, they are in 3rd, followed by Japan 31. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this will unfold. 70 boats from the start. 2 skippers had to leave. Shambadu, see here, he's going to the right hand side all by himself, and now he's going to cross. Interesting what will happen with this cross, so keep an eye on him when we're jumping to the opposite side. Small battles in here, 0517 with a penalty made by Mist. So there is a small battle, Japan versus Mist. He is from New Zealand. Jose crossing in. Aotearoa, I need to say that fast, is in 2nd, and now KTR comes in front of him. He's in a good position, but as I said, look at Shambadu. He took a chance, went to the right hand side all by himself. Now he's in the lead. He has the right away. He's coming from starboard, so all the other boats has to bear away. He missed. Oh, I might have gone behind him instead of doing that tack, because now he needs to do a double tack to keep his 2nd position. But interesting what's going in here. Shambadu in the lead. Great race by him. Missed. Double tack still keeps his position. KGR coming in. Tacitus with a penalty made by Arrow. Then we have 0-5 coming in. 0-5-17 behind you. He was behind Lumen 2, penalizing him. KZ7. Oof. I think that children's bed behind you and you went out of the toilet is not the case for you. No, it's a long time since we have seen KZ7 Matt. And I really hope Matt is doing a great job and he's having fun back home. And we're looking forward to see him more active in the servers. Downwind. Downwind you lose in the 49er if you read the wind conditions wrong. Sean Bourne 18.3, 21.2, 18.9. There's a little bit of wind shadow of KGR. So it's all about being in the wind pressure. Mark roundings coming in. KGR penalty handle out to Aotearoa from New Zealand. Chambadru still in the lead. He is almost untouchable. Jose with a penalty. Cool running with a penalty. KZ7 with a penalty. Let's follow the battle here to the left-hand side. Let's see who will take the victory. Or maybe it's some better positions. Remember, it is a regatta. It's all about your final score. What's going on here? That's going to win. Opposite side, KGR in third. Then we have 0-5-17 missed here and Chambadru. Sean Bourne in 7. Oh, Sean Bourne. I have to say, he's doing the right movements. He's reading the wind. He's not doing many mistakes. But the youngsters in front of him, they are so fast learning this boat. See there, even the Mark trying to do a downwind attack on Sean Bourne. Oh, he hit Sean Bourne, sadly. But Sean Bourne almost avoiding that penalty. Chambadru is in the lead and it looks like he will be untouchable. Missed in second, so that double tack didn't have such a big effect on him. KGR in third, and I think we'll see KGR in top 3 in almost all races today. It's let's do an Alec Wilkinson word. Consistency is the key of winning a regatta. 0-5-17 Yutsuki in 5th. Justin Mitchell, Tacitus, the Mark, Sean Bourne, Pauline 3, KZ7, cool running behind you, and Jose is way behind. Let's have some action. Top 9, downwind. Japan coming in. See here, they're trying to do some wind shadow each other. In the 49er, it's actually quite hard because the wind shadow is only 23 meters big. You're speeding up with your boat downwind, and you need to go very close to your opponent when you're doing this. And this is... I have to say, this might be a penalty to yourself because suddenly the penalty, as I remember, it's rule number 11, leeward, windward is coming in and then you will take the penalty. Let's see here. 0-5-17, KGR is trying to press him. See KGR dropping down to 9th. No, this has not been his downwind leg. Sorry, doing the commentator's curse on KGR. We will not see him in top 3 in all races. But let's see the ending here. Pauline 3 coming in. KZ7 taking points on the finish line in front of behind you. And let's have the final score of race number 2. It's Chambadru with a victory. Mist in second. Great race by Mist. Yutsuki in third. Great race also. 0-5-17 KGR in 5th. Justin Mitchell in 6th. Tacitus, Japan 31s coming in the Mark. Aotearoa. And then we have Sean Bourne, Lumen 2, Pauline 3. Cool running, KZ7 in 15. Jose in 16 behind you. And Inset Salesman. The Japan 31-657 has the best start 0.2. That's a very good start. Chambadru had the best average speed and he also sailed the shortest distance. That's why he was winning. And then we can see Justin Mitchell doing 12 jibes in this boat and that's downwind. And here we can see how much it means about doing the upwind leg. See Chambadru, he had a very, very bad start. He actually started in position 13. Then he took a chance, went to the right-hand side, read the wind, and then he took the lead and the other players couldn't come back to him. The next big one change we have is you need to read between number 3 and number 4. That's his That is the second upwind leg. So when you're coming to mark number 4, then when you're seeing the switching of positions there, it is how they went upwind. And then we can see a black line, Aotearoa, had a very bad upwind and also might have been hitting a penalty when they're arriving at the mark rounding, dropping to 10th. So that is what you need to keep an eye in the NACRA and in the 49er. It is the upwind legs. And that was how race number 2 went today. It's going to be fast today. I really love the Asians coming in. I can see Mist is celebrating that second position with a glass of wine. We are of course not drinking that early in the morning here in Europe. Some people are maybe a little bit locked down drinking, but it's coming in here. But let's have some fun. Let's get ready for race number 3. But before going into race number 3, let's have a view of the scoreboard. And the scoreboard coming in, it's still Yutsuki in the lead with a first and a fourth and a third. Then we have 7 points to KGR, a second and a fifth. Missed, great race by Tim. He's a 6th and a 2nd, and 0-5-17 with 9 points. Chambadru, that victory really changes his scoreboard from a 10th to a 1st. So that is very well played by him. Next race is coming up in a few sec, and one thing I love about the way the Japanese and the Asian Pacific is organized is they're following a time schedule. So the races will be open on a certain time, and then it starts on a certain time. So if you're not in there and you're not ready on the times, then you will lose momentum. Now we're going into the NACRA 17 in a few sec. The NACRA is quite a mysterious boat and also a fun boat in Virtual Regatta inshore, because it's a light foil boat, it's a medium foil boat, so and it doesn't take too much wind into it. So if you are very unlucky with the NACRA, then the breeze is too hard. If you're getting too hard a breeze in the NACRA 17, then your boat actually slows down. So it's all about making sure you are in medium breeze, or you know how hard the breezes are. Because if you go above a certain level of wind speed or breeze level, then you will slow down in the NACRA. And that is, it can be very costly in the NACRA, because I don't know if you're going to do a reaching start, or we are going into a classic upwind downwind leg. But if we're not going into a reaching start, but a classic upwind downwind, then you need to really concentrate on your upwind leg as the 49er. You're winning it upwind and losing it downwind. Downwind you only loses it because the wind shadow is 22 meters on this boat, 1 meter indifferent from the 49er in the game, but you lose it because you're not reading the wind pressure right. Because if you're going into lighter wind downwind than a stronger wind, then the speed difference can be up to 5 knots. We're getting ready for race number 3 in a few sec. We're just waiting for the race officers to start the race. It's up now, so let's go into race number 3. And race number 3 is sailed in cows. Cows where we are seeing, or we are not going to see this year, we were seeing Sail DP coming in. So it is a foil area where we're in, and when let's see how it is. You can see it's in between. It's in a bay right now where we're doing it. Here, let's go into the NACRA. I just saw the Danish national. Oh, what's happening here? Sorry, guys. I'm just putting myself out of the picture today. Let's go in here and see the NACRA coming in here. When you go into to the NACRA 17, then you're going into I saw the Danish Championship packing their boats for Olympics in Japan. So the Olympics is going to happen. They just shipped their container with their ships away, and it was so amazing to see the Nacra, how they packed it down. It didn't fill anything in that container, and the container is also going to be like their living room when they're coming over there. Danelaw, I just blocked that person writing that on Twitch. Sometimes there is also spam in the commentary. Let's get ready to some action. It is the Nacra 17. And there we have the Nacra 17. Let's see KZ7. He's doing a slow start or waiting for what's going to happen. But let's go in 2D mode. We can see the pin end and the committee boat. Yeah, there's a small failure at the pin end, but it's a huge start when we're coming into it here. It is. It looks like it's going to be the classic. It's a reaching start, isn't it? I forgot to see that in the start when we're coming in. But let's go in 2D mode. Let's see all these small racers. Let's remove this one. Let's see what they're doing. They are clustering up at the committee boat at the moment. The wind is a little bit mixed. The right-hand side is coming from right towards left. The left-hand side is coming opposite. There's a stronger wind breeze at the right side. So let's see how it's coming in. Lumen 2, false start. Pauline 3 with a false start. Mangina, okay start. They're splitting up into two groups. KZ7 went to the pin end together with Japan. He's crossing in now. Let's see, he will keep himself in the middle, but is it too late he's doing that cross? Because see, he's in a very light wind. Now he's attacking towards the opposite side. Let's see the battle over here behind you. He's not behind you. He's almost in front of you now. NZ Salesman Mist is coming in. Oi! Penalty to Sean Bourne. He didn't see Mist tack and Mist. He just managed to do the tack and steering his boat, controlling his boat. So Sean Bourne got that penalty. Jose coming in. Lumen 2. KGR in third. Yutsuki in the lead. So interesting if those two boats continue what they're doing. But see here. Again, we're talking about the start, where to be. KZ7, an okay start he had because he went to the pin end. There was small advantages there when we watched in 2D. So he is in second place at the moment. Even if Yutsuki, he actually went to the right-hand side into the wind pressure and did a great upwind. Now we have two rules coming in. Rule number 18. I think Yutsuki will take that from starboard. See, KZ7 go. He entered the zone before time, but pressuring Yutsuki out. Or else then we can see, rule 18.1, or is it rule 18.2? Happened to 0517 because he came on the inside where Japan 31 came from starboard. Let's go downwind. See here, you can't do much with the Nacra downwind. See that. Oh, what's happening with that wind shadow? See that small wind shadow you have on this boat? It looks like it's a little bit outside of the boat right at the moment. So, and you're getting so close, see KTR and Yutsuki battling each other, that you really need to get ready for be under pressure and attack downwind. Because you can't use the wind shadow for anything in this boat. 22 meters big, so you're very close to each other, and you really need to navigate. And when we talked about this delay, Mangina with a penalty in the delay in communication on 0.3 seconds in between each device, then you really need to react pretty fast. And if the game doesn't see it and it doesn't calculate it, then you're actually getting that penalty. And that's how it is to play on different devices. That's how it is when you're playing aboard. That's how you is when you're playing against each other online in the cloud. Jose here in the right hand side, Magina in the middle. We still have a battle up there. KZ7 with a good upwind leg, still in the lead in front of Yutsuki. KTR coming in, Japan 31, the Mark, Justin Mitchell, and Mangina is also coming in. So let's see who will come on the top, who will win this one. Get ready for some downwind action. KZ7 in the lead. Good turn. Yutsuki coming with it. Now it's all about reading the wind because they were not doing wind shadow on each other. KTR coming in the mark, and Japan 31 is going to battle each other. But let's follow the leaders up there. There will be no wind shadow, but it looks like KZ7 has 0.3 more in speed than Yutsuki, but Yutsuki on the inside, so KZ7 has to cross, so there might be a small penalty down there. This is a very interesting call. It's a huge finish line in this race, but let's see here. KZ7, he needs to cross in front of Yutsuki. No, he's going to take it. It's a victory to KZ in front of Yutsuki, so he's back in action. Maybe, yeah, I don't need to say it, but maybe like Villister 7-1, he went to the bathroom to get some quietness and also to be able to concentrate and focus on the game. Pauline Tree coming in 057. Then we have Justin Mitchell, Jose coming in, Sean Bourne, NZ Salesman, The Mist behind you. So now everything is changing again. Another score coming in, Chambandrew. He doesn't like these fast boats. So losing big time in that one. Oh, was that a miss? For yeah, Tacitus missed the mark in the finish, so he needs to go back around the mark to get his point registered. KZ7 with a victory, Yutsuki in second, KGR in third, the Mark in fourth, Japan 31 in fifth, Mangina in sixth, Pauline Tree in 7, 0517 8, Justin Mitchell, Jose, Sean Bourne, NZ Salesman Lumen 2, and Chambandrew dropped to 16 in this case. Yutsuki with the best start, the mark best average speed, maximum speed KZ7. Still the shortest distance was actually Yutsuki, but in this case, in the Nacro 17, it's all about speed, 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 and speed. And that's how it's going. So great race, great action here in this game, but you can see that upwind leg by KZ7, that reading of the starting line meant that he was in the lead most of the game. And that's how the cookie crumbled. And we can see Tacitus actually had a good start, then something happened in that upwind leg, dropping him to last position. And there we go. There we go. We are still in some action here. We are still in the Pacific Rim area. And we are getting ready to get the scoreboard in Sailranks. It's almost upgraded up there. I know they are pretty fast when they're doing things like this. But what a regatta we have here of really mixed positions. There are only 3 boats. There are actually 2 boats. They are continue doing a great result. It's KGR and it's Yutsuki. Both of them are doing a great result. They are very consistent today. And then we're seeing KZ7 popping up, The Mist popping up, Chambandrew popping up. And that's coming in, how it's going. But let's see how it's going. And actually, I'm a little bit... I'm actually a little bit amazed that the Mark is not doing better. That's the young Adrian Gordon, the youngster himself. He was in the top of the F50 when we saw the grand finals in SailDP. One of the youngest sailors participating in there last season. But it's not his night tonight. It looks like that. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how the cookie crumbles there. We are still waiting for the scoreboard to come in. So, some of the race officers saying, hey, wait a second. I just need another beer. And with that said, let's also take a small break. If you're new and you're watching this and you want to organize regattas like this is the scoring tool that can help you do it in a high level. This is Group A we just saw. We see winner is KTR with 18 points. And the scoreboard is up. Sailranks is here. And as foreseen, Yutsuki in the lead with 6 points. A victory, a third, and a second. Great race by him. KTR in second with a second, fifth, and third place. And that fifth position and that second position, you must be a little bit sad about it because he was in the lead and losing downwind because he read the wind wrong in race number 1. And then the fifth position, he also lost big time in a small battle there. So this was not his downwind leg today, so maybe he should focus a little bit there. Aiden Gordon, also alias the Mark, he is right now in third with 17 points, 05, 17 points. And then we can see that victory for KZ7 put him in fifth with 23 points, together with Tim the Mist. And Sean Bourne, a third, where we love to see him. And then 11 and 11. He has not been having his best time with all the penalties today. We are waiting for race number 4 to start, and it's going to be a laser. We're going into a smaller boat now, but a boat actually I think some of the sailors have started to like. In the start they didn't enjoy it, but now they're going to like it a little bit more. And maybe they're going to like it, but especially when we're doing team races, I'm seeing the laser boat being used more and more and more. And a lot of the sailors, a lot of the e-sailors actually love this boat when it's coming in, because it feels faster to maneuvering because it's a small boat. You can pump it a little bit, you can do things with it, but we will come back to that pumping. But it actually feels like a good boat to do some team races in. But also some of the sailors love it because it's so light to maneuvering in the game that when they're doing races like this, fleet races, you can also see quite some action. And also you cannot win too much in your upwind leg. So we are going to see a lot of downwind action again, like the J17. It is downwind where you need to focus in this boat. That's where you need to win it. That's where you need to be very good racing the laser. Let's just have an in-game view while we are getting ready for race number 4. And there we have them. And let's just take a small view. This is KTR. He's white today with the Japanese flag. And then we have the overall winner. Where is he hitting? He's there. He has a blue line on his sails, so that's Yutsuki. And then we need to keep an eye on the Mark. He's here with his New Zealander flag. And then we have let's see, 0517 is another one we need to keep an eye on. The race is set, 19 skippers for the start, so let's go in game. And here in game, let's start reading which end of the starting line is best to start with. When we're watching this radar, then the pin end is actually favorite side at the moment. But what is the wind doing? The wind is coming a little bit from left hand side, going towards right. So in this case, it's good to be in the pin end or in the middle. But that wind shift, that wind is very unpredictable right at the moment. So a good pin end start can win you meters if you're starting again with the committee boat. And you can also see the whole fleet is going towards the pin end. So that's where you want to be if you don't want to lose 5 to 10 meters in the start. Let's go a little bit closer to the boats. In this case, let's have a view of this side here. See all the boats coming at the pin end. One is doing a pin end start over there, a downwind start coming with speed. He needs to time it. And he is with a penalty. He's coming in. He's not hitting the mark. He needs to go behind them. He has speed. And it was Inset Salesman or Champedrew. I think it was Champedrew. As Champedrew doing other cool running in the lead in the start, coming at the good pin and start. But he has only one issue because the whole fleet follow him. When he needs to tack and cross up towards the top mark, they are all standing in line to penalize him because they have the right of way when he does the tack. See, upwind, 4.2 knots. It's not much speed. That's why we will see some of them pump the boat. We will see that in a few seconds. Penalty to behind you in the middle. So let's see if a penalty or pumping, it will start in a few seconds. Or they agreed not to pump the boat today. And it's not pimp your boat, it's pump your boat. And it's not pumping like some of you might say. No, it's putting your boat bear a little bit away and then go back to best VMG. And it's much easier to do that on a tablet, on a mobile phone. When I'm trying to do that on a tastature, on a PC, it's pretty hard to do, but you can do it. Nobody's pumping today. Nobody's speeding up their boat. So they're all going upwind with 4.2, 4.3 knots in an angle of -40 to +40 degrees. So let's see here. Cool running in second. He is very close to the mark, who is on the outside. Let's see, Yutsuki. Oh, the overall leader in trouble in this boat together with KGR. And they're going a little bit outside of the ley line. So I don't know if they're in trouble. This might be tactics also, because when they're coming to the mark rounding, they're coming from the outside and speeding up. And also they can change the angle. Oh, wind shift coming in. So that trick didn't work that well for KGR. But then they can actually change the angle still a little bit longer and speeding in. Yutsugi attacking KGR, the leaders are attacking each other, and this only means one thing. See, they're dropping to 17 and 18, so a very bad race for both of them. Instead of focus on doing the race, they're focused on each other, and that's giving Sean Bourne, Justin Mitchell a chance to get some points on the account. The mist in the lead, Tacitus, but I think the leaders we will see amongst these two sailors out here in the right-hand side, away from the battle. And it is like a cozy Sunday trip we are on here. It's only Saturday here in Europe, and it's soon Sunday in Asia, because we are rounding midnight for some of you players out there. Penalty to the red boat. Tacitus caught in a burger over there by KZ7. But now it's interesting to see here, the overall leaders are still battling outside here. They will not do anything in this race except getting maximum points. But as I remember, there will be a discard after this race. But here, see all the boats coming at the same time. Let's just take it from top. Justin Mitchell, Sean Bourne, KZ7, Mist coming in. The mark inside. Oi! What happened there? Penalty to KZ7 and penalty to the mark at the same time. So KZ7 got a penalty by the mark. I don't know why. And then the mark got a penalty by cool running. I know why, because of the starboard. But how did KZ7 get that penalty from the mark? Because he had maneuvered his boat and it was still. But somehow the mark hit him on the inside. But they were in the mark rounding zone. So an interesting penalty. I know some of you guys out there will see it afterwards. And it's 53 minutes inside the show. Going downwind, Justin Mitchell, Sean Bourne battling it out with each other. See the wind shadow of this boat again. Not the biggest wind shadow, but I think we are, as I remember, we calculated it's 24 meters. It's a very small boat. Pauline coming in. Lumen 2, Champedrew behind you. 0517 Mangina, Aerolus. And where is the overall leader? Yutsuchi in 19th position. KZ7 with another penalty. He was in third, dropping to 10th because of that penalty at the top mark. Let's get ready for some action. Sean Bourne is in the lead. He's where he wants to be. He's back in the game. He's back in business. He is where it's all about tactics and reading wind intelligence. And all the fans going amok in the chat. Go Sean Bourne, come on Sean Bourne. Either it's telling too much about my fans' average age, or it's because he is a huge player in Virtua Regatta inshore. Let's see here. Cool Running in second, Sean Bourne in the lead, Justin Mitchell in third. The Marquis is in fourth. The youngster is coming up, trying to take the Grandmaster to a battle. But as said in the start, Sean Bourne is the Grandmaster. And quite interesting, see, KGR did a tactic where he went away from the rest of the fleet, went to the right-hand side, trying to find some win, also going away from the battle. Let's see if he's winning a little bit on that. Remember one thing. KGR was battling for the last positions together with Yutsuki when they started this, and now he's in 7. So a very, very good upwind leg by him. Sean Bourne, oh, not a penalty up there. All the boats just somehow got transparent. Then Justin Mitchell, Cool Running. Oh, what's happening? KZ7 with a lag. No, going downwind. He couldn't handle the pressure. Going downwind, penalty galore. KZ7 kills a whole fleet. And some of the boats didn't mark round the mark. So a small glitch there. 6 penalties made by KZ7's panic move in at one time. Let's see downwind action. The wind shadow is in front of the boat. Wind coming behind, and see KDI in 6 now. Sean Bourne in the lead, and this is why they love the laser, because now you can do some downwind action, some downwind attack. It's good news for from Sean Bourne. He will win it, but see the Mist in trouble, Cool Running in trouble, the Mark attacking him. So, penalty. No, yeah, penalty to the Mark. Great defend by Cool Running. The Mist under pressure by KGR. Justin Mitchell will take second, but while we're seeing these battles unfolding, then Sean Bourne is crossing the finish line in the lead. So it was a good idea for him to take an extra drink while getting ready for the next race. The Mark coming in. It's going to be a photo finish. No, the mistake is the Mark. KGR in 6. But I have to say, good comeback by KGR from a position 18 to a position 6. KZ7 must be very unsatisfied with that 9th position after being in 3rd, getting a penalty. We don't know how he got from the Mark, and then afterwards getting a glitch and penalizing 6 players, and this way making a gap to the leaders. Sean Bourne with a victory, today's first victory. Justin Mitchell in 2nd, Cool Running in 3rd, the Mist in 4th, the Mark in 5th, KGR in 6th. And where is Shutsuki? Did he lose connection? No. No, he battling his way up to an 8th position from 19th in the last upwind leg. Great comeback by him. Sean Bourne, an okay start, 0.8. Not the best start we're seeing. And then we have KGR with the best average speed, 6.1. That's a great average speed in a laser, where upwind it's 4.2. That's amazing. Still, the shortest distance was Japan, 31. And then we see number of penalties to KZ17. I think 7 of them was in the start, and rest of it was coming into it. Sean Bourne, great downwind leg in this case actually. And then we can see that Justin Mitchell lost his position in the first downwind to Sean Bourne and couldn't come back. Cool Running, he won his position at the 2nd top gate mark because of that penalty we saw for KZ7 and the Mark, and that handled out the 3rd place to Cool Running. And that was race number 4 today. The laser, and as I said, much more action, much more downwind action, and actually very aggressive boat and very lightly boat to steer and maneuvering. So good thing to watch for our spectators. The scoreboard is ready, so let's go into Sailranks and see how this will unfold because of these new results. And when we're coming in with those new positions, everything is opening up again. Yutsuki with 14 points, KTR 16 points, Adrian Gordon alias the Mark 22 points, Sean Bourne with that victory, putting him up in 4th with 26 points, the Mist dropping down to with 27, 05, 17, 27 points. So a little bit mix of positions, but it looks like we are having top 7 are going to battle for the victory. Rest of the fleet are going to battle for the secondary positions. So KZ7, He's not back in strength, but he is coming a little bit back in it again. But let's see how he will handle the pressure in the future. And then we see Mangina. He had a DNS and also NZ Salesman. Maybe because of connection, I know those players quite well. And then they had a very bad race in the laser. So they are not able to do anything in this regatta. We're waiting for the next regatta, the next race to start. And right now I can say to you, Cool Running, which just came in third in this race, is blaming his guest on the boat that he has a small hangover at the moment while he is playing. Let's get ready for some action. It is eSailing. It is Asia. We are in Pacific. We are in midday here in Europe, and we're getting ready for race number 5. We're just waiting for the race officers to create it. So we come in. There are 6 races, and it doesn't look like there's any discard. As I remember, there are no discards today in this race. Let me see. Oh, 1 discard after race number 6. So everything can change at race number 6. But there will be no middle race, no double points, so everything can go that way. So, next race will come up in a few seconds. Should there be any questions or anything, please write me in the chat. Then we will try to answer it. I can, while we're waiting, then do a small pronouncement for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to Scotland. We're going to Aberdeen University. They are creating a small university tournament. And there I will have a co-host in studio. I will have the famous Speedy_1, the British champion, as a co-host tomorrow, commentating the Scottish University tournament that we're going into. So I'm really looking forward to speak a little bit Scottish tomorrow. And I hope Speedy, alias Ali Island, he can help me a little bit, changing my English into Scottish, and maybe eSailing TV will become a little bit more independent. We never know, we never know. Let's get ready for some action. This is the EF50 coming on. This is race number 5. So there we have it, the EF50, the SailDP boat. I actually think that this boat has developed into a very good boat in the game. Also very popular in team races, because it's a fast boat and it's coming in. But so what happened there with the starting line? There's no chance you can do you can miss the starting line in this reaching start, but there's a chance you can do a false start. And don't do a false start in this fantastic boat type, because then you will slow down until you are last in the race. Let's in this start, let's try to follow a player like KGR and see how he will unfold this. He, I know it's not his favorite boat, the EF50, but I also know the Japanese that well, when they're practicing, they're always practicing the boats and the things that they're not the best for, because they are very good in going into all of it. But let's see here. The Japanese KGI is here. We're waiting for the start right now. 18 boats out of 19 has joined the race in race number 5. So let's keep an eye here from his side. Ooh, we have a Danish fan. Who's that? We can't see that yet, but I will find out who the fan of the Danish SailDP team is. It might be the Mark, as I remember. He was part of the SailDP Inspire race. And with that... and there he was with the Danish team for a long time. So I think it is the Mark. So there we go. 45 seconds. We are waiting for the start. Last player just joined in. So the race officers will press start. And it's all about timing your start up there to the starting line. And as I remember, it takes 16 seconds from all the way behind to hit the starting line in the EF50. So in the start, it's all about placing yourself in a good position. But most of the time, I will place myself over here by the polar bear there. because that's on the inside when I'm coming to the mark. But again, it's all about how much speed you're coming into. Let's see KGR. He's placing himself behind the fleet. Interesting tactic. And then he's trying to come up towards the middle. He's in a little bit trouble here. He's trying to find some room. 5 seconds. It's a very slow start for the whole fleet, pressing each other. Good start for the mark. This is all, yeah, as I remember, the Danes, the Vikings are in the lead. No, he is from New Zealand, but he's representing the Vikings in this case. So great start for him. KGR in 4th, also great start for him. Penalties here. And when I said it's all about placing on your inside, here we can see Tacitus, he was the polar bear. He is not the best start. He got some penalties up there, but it's also a huge fleet in the EF50. The mark going away, Cool Running following him. Jose, KTR, they are the leaders here at the moment. They're going to the right-hand side. They're going to do the 3-tack upwind leg when they're coming up there. There are 2 different tactics, but after they're changing the wind algorithm in this game, it's not just reading the wind or doing as less tacks as possible upwind. It's also reading the wind shift. But they're doing 3 tacks. So 1, 2, when they're going to the opposite, 3, and then going to, it's the 4 tack, sorry, when they're coming up to the top mark. If you went to the opposite side, like we have seen behind you are doing here, then you're only doing 3. That's 1 tack lesser. And why are we so focused on that? We are that because every time you tack, we will see it with the mark in a few seconds. Let's just follow him. Or Sean Bourne, so we can keep a view of what's happening of action. Every time you tack, you lose 11 knots of speed, and it takes 11 seconds to get back in maximum speed. Penalty to the mist here. I think he went outside of the mark. Oh, well timed. See, 11 knots of speed lost, and then it takes 11 seconds to go back in maximum speed. The mark still in the lead. Cool Running following him. Cool Running. Oh, lucky that the wind shift came back for him, or else he had to do a double tag at the top mark. The mark going to the far side. Cool Running going opposite. That will lose momentum to the leader. So the mark, he will be in the lead and have a good advantage. Penalty to Jose made by Mangina. Oh, Mangina hits the mark, getting an unforced penalty. Sean Bourne with a penalty made by Chambadru. So a lot of action at the top gate mark. Downwind, it looks like the mark, he's in the lead. Cool Running following him. They are way ahead. Then it's interesting to see what's happening here. KTR in the middle. Jose coming in. KTR is a little bit slower than Jose and Pauline Tree, but he's far enough ahead, not getting involved in penalties. Chambadru coming in. The Mist coming in. Sean Bourne back in the game. So a small mistake here can cost you position in top 5. And there we have the first one. The Mist hitting the mark, went into panic, lost from top 5, and he's dropping to, I think he will drop to 10 or 11 position with that penalty. The mark still in the lead. Cool Running in 2nd, KGR in 3rd. Opposite side, KZ7, Sean Bourne, Aotearoa, then Japan. 31, Yutsuki. This is not his race. Maybe he has been too much under pressure because of his performing. He performed very well in the first races, but this race is neither his race, so not his start. Let's come up here. Let's try to see it from the chopper. Let's see if we can see some action. No, bad view, Thomas. Let's see here. There's a lot of crossing at the moment, but the boats are okay away from each other. The mark, he's having a good lead. The Cool Running also, KTR. So no big action from this view. So let's see how they're crossing up towards the top mark. The mark coming in, Cool Running in 2nd. See the mark coming in. And now it's interesting. KTR coming in with speed. He might take 2nd. Yes, because Cool Running and the mark was battling out. And now it's interesting. Will they split? No, they're not splitting. KTR on the inside. He has the right of way. And he takes the lead in front of Cool Running. And that is a very good lead by him. Let's just see what happens here behind. No, let's follow the leaders up here. And right now, the mark and KTR are on the good side when they're coming to the reach mark. So Cool Running lost that 2nd position to KGR in that mark rounding. What a great move by KGR. Jose coming in, Mangina coming in here, and then rest of the fleet coming in nice and slow. Tacitus with a penalty for going outside of the boundary. The missed Chambedrew winning that mark rounding. Aotearoa is coming in, might maybe take over the missed. KZ7, let's see, this is, yeah, oh, that mark rounding for the missed was very bad, costing him the 8th and the 7th position. So great race here, great race by the players. And behind you, in this case, his name is actually right, he is behind you at the moment. Positions the mark with a victory, KGR in 2nd, Cool Running in 3rd, Jose in 4th, Mangina in 5th, Paulina 3 in 6th, Chambedrew in 7, Aotearoa in 8, Mist in 9, KZ7 10, Yutsuki in 13, and Lumen 2 lost his connection in this race. The mark with the best start, best average speed, Sean Bond best maximum speed, almost hitting 50 knots. That's very well by him. Then behind you, largest number of jibes and penalties. And there we see the switch of positions at the top gate mark. Very well done by KGR in that upwind leg, and then also in the mark rounding. But congratulations to Cool Running getting a 3rd position. And with that said, we are now going into race number 6 in a few sec. And remember, in this format they're doing here, they are not having a middle race. They have one discard and it will come in after race number 6. So the scoreboard we're going to read now, we really need to read it. We really need to see how many points a player can lose and how many points they can win. So it's all open who can win this regatta. So let's go in and see it. Let's go to scoreboard. Let's go to Sailranks when the race officers has upgraded it. And I'm pretty sure it's coming in a few sec. And should there be anything, please write or just write me in Discord, write me in the chat. I am here anyhow. We are waiting for the score to be upgraded. But I have to say again, congratulations to Vegas, congratulations to Gagi for organizing the Pacific Rim community and making so many countries playing together and having fun with the game in the evening, but also doing a competition that isn't this high level. And congratulations to the race officer tonight, Sean Bourne, for organizing this. I don't know if he's getting help from somebody, but I think he might have. But let's see it. Let's go into the scoreboard, and now all the math starts. So, with Yutsuki's very bad performance in the 2 last races, he's dropping down to 3rd. So KGR are in the lead with 18 points. Aiden Gordon, 23 points in 2nd. Yutsuki in 3rd. The missed 0517. Sean Bourne, KZ7 are actually, I have to say, outside of top 3. At the moment, it really needs to be a very bad result for top 3 players. But we need to do some mathematics now. Let's see. A victory for KTR or a better position than 6 can give him some extra points on the account. But watch Aiden Gordon. He can lose 8 points because he has a 9th position in his race number 2. That will be discarded. And then we need to also watch Yutsuki. He had 13 points that he can be discarded. So a top 2 will give him 11 points better score. So everything is open. But then we go to Tim the Mist. He has 15 points. So if he's getting a top 3 position, he might also be one of the leaders or one of the top 3 positions. So 4 players are into a battle where they can be in top 3. It is KGR, Aiden Gordon, Yutsuki, and Tim. All of them can go in and take the victory. So let's get ready to rumble. Let's see how that will go when we're coming into the next race. And I have to say that number 13 is unable to race the next race, but he is also out of the top battle for points. Let's get ready for Rumble. We are waiting for the race officers to create the last race, and it's going to be in the Far East boat. And the Far East boat, let's talk about a little bit more about that in a few seconds. The Far East boat is one of the new boats in Virtual Regatta inshore. But the Far East boat, it looks a little bit like the J17, and actually the dynamics in the game is like the J17. There's a small difference in the wind shadow. The J17 has 30 meters of wind shadow, and as I remember calculating, the Far East has 32 meters of wind shadow. So a little bit slightly difference there, but most of the boat, most of the algorithm, most of the dynamics, everything is almost like the J17. It's like they copied the boat, changed a little bit of the graphics, and that's it. But that's also making it popular because then the J70, the Laser, and the Far East boat are boats where you really can do some downwind action and some downwind attacks, and also do it with some speed. So when the race officers are ready, we are getting ready for the last race of today, this morning, this afternoon, or this night. It's all about where you're sitting in the world and watching this. And we're also going to see who will win this fantastic Asian Pacific eSailing regatta. Let's get ready for some action. Let's go in game and see how they will do. And while talking about the dynamics, let's see here. You can almost see that the Far East boat also are in real life designed like a J boat. So the J17, the Far East boat, almost the same, but in the game here, it is actually almost the same. A small changes in the graphics and the dynamics, very little, but that's also giving us some action. So in this race, we really need to focus on that downwind action when we're coming in, but we also need to focus on the start again. So let's go in game and see which side is best to start in this boat type. We are getting ready. This is the last race of tonight. It is race number 6. We have 4 players that can win it. KGR, Aiden Gordon, Yutsuki, and The Mist. All of them has a chance to go into top 3 and get a top 3 position in this Asian Pacific eSailing race regatta. It's the 2nd of the year, so let's see how it's going. When we are watching the starting line, we are watching the committee boat, and we are watching the pin end. Then it doesn't seem there's any advantage on any side, so you can start where you want. But when we are watching the wind shift up there, it looks like it might be best to be in the middle at the moment, but the wind shift might change in your favor and going towards the left hand side. So many of the boats will battling it out here at the committee boat. And it looks like we are in Doha at the moment. We are in Dubai. That's a beautiful city in the background. Let's see how it unfolds. 2 boats going to the pin end, some of the boats spreading out, but the biggest battle is here at the committee boat. Let's see who will be the winner of this regatta, who will go all the way, who will have the best start. Clean start for all of them, no false start, nobody's turning around. Penalty to Japan. 31, penalty to Sean Bourne for crossing to the right hand side, and you can see the windsocks up there. It is the middle where you have the favorite at the moment, so it was a good foreseen here. Taxi 2's cool running is in there, but we need to keep an eye. Where are the mark? Let's go to the chopper view here so we can see all the boats. The mark is in the middle 11th position. Chambadru is here. Where are the rest of KTR on the outside here? Opposite, Sean Bond, Japan 31. The Mist is here. And the last one we need to keep an eye is it's Yutsuki. He's here in the white boat in 10th position. This is now or never. It's the upwind leg. See, 6.5 upwind. That's 0.4 faster than the J boat upwind. So there you have the slightly difference from the J boat. But the dynamics, the way it works, the wind shadow, everything is almost the same. So a little bit faster upwind than the J boat. And that means that you really need to read the wind a little bit more. And KTR is, I have to say, he is in a good position for an inside turn at that mark. But he needs to keep an eye on Empower, Chambadru, and Justin Mitchell. Those three can penalize him when they're coming to the top mark. Sean Bond this time took a chance going to the right-hand side. And I have to say, Sean Bond, it doesn't look like that it succeeded you in this case. Mangina also, KZ7 following Yutsuki. Yutsuki, he needs to do something. He's crossing in now a little bit earlier. And let's see if what that will give him. I'm not sure it will give that much. Tacitus, no, he's going behind all of the fleet and needs to do a double tag. Oh, Tacitus caught in a burger by the mark. And penalty to Cool running there. He couldn't do anything either. He will get a penalty by the mark or Tacitus. But the mark is now coming in, doing everything he can. Empower just survived this one. The mark coming in. Chambadru, it's going to be a clash here. Let's see it from 2D. Empower winning it. KGR takes the penalty, goes on the inside, and straight away goes inside. So winning a position on it. Tacitus, KGR. Oh, KGR getting another penalty. Yutsuki chased him down like team races and handled out second penalty on him, placing himself in top of him. Great race by him. So right now it looks like the mark is sneaking away and might take the overall victory if this continue in this position. Remember the math. If he's getting better than a 9th position, then he's losing. Right now it looks like the mark is losing 7 points plus in total in his scoreboard. So that is a very good position to be in, where a player like Yutsuki, he's only losing 5 points at the moment, and then we can see KTR drop down to 16 with that penalty, that chance he took at the top mark. So right now it's the mark, it's Yutsuki we are keeping an eye on. The Mist, he is way behind, he's in 10th, so nothing will change there. Mark rounding coming in. The mark with a penalty in that mark rounding, trying to sneak away, going upwind in the middle. This is his chance to come back in the race. This is his chance to win this regatta. This is the chance to show that the youngsters are here to win. Yutsuki dropping to 7th position. Oh, who's going upwind? Mangina losing momentum, getting a penalty, going upwind, losing all momentum at the same time. Justin Mitchell, KZ7, Tacitus, left-hand side, middle, the mark, Empower, Chambadru. So Empower, he has nothing to play for. Chambadru is here to play for the honor. The mark, he has everything to play for. A better position for him is just getting him closer to an overall victory. Yutsuki in 7 at the moment. And then we have KGR in 15th position and the Mist in 8. That means top 3 will move around. But will it be the mark winning it? Will it be KGR winning it? Remember, there will be a discard. So KGR, he is having 18 points. So no matter what happens in this race, so the mark, if he gets 3rd, he will lose 6 points in his score, and that will give him 17 points. So if he keeps that 3rd position overall, he will be the overall leader in the game at the moment, in the regatta. That's the mathematics. Yutsuki is in 6th position. If he gets 6, he will lose 7 points. That will give him 20 points. That is not enough for him to go up in the scoreboard and take the victory. So right now, if the mark continues his 3rd, he will be the overall victor. But if he gets 2nd, then he's sure of that position. KGR, he just needs to cross his fingers that the mark is dropping down to 4th overall to stay in the lead. So let's Let's see what happens here. KZ7, Justin Mitchell coming in. Then Yutsuki now in 5th. He wants action. He wants to win this regatta. Now he's losing 8 points in total, putting him in 19. If he's getting 4th, so if he's winning on KZ7, then he will be the overall leader. The Mark keeps battling for keeping his 3rd. Yutsuki battling for getting 4th. Those two are battling to get the overall victory because KTR can do nothing. He can only watch what's happening in front of him. Two boats battling it out. But we have to say, what will KZ7? Will he kill the Mark or will he take the battle to Japan? Who will he take out right now? Is he taking out the youngster or is he taking out Yutsuki? Let's see. This is the battle. Yutsuki with a 4th position are in the lead. The Mark in 2nd is now taking the lead back. This is now or never. The battle is KZ7. What he's doing is inflicting who is winning this regatta overall. Right now we are seeing Shambadru taking another victory of tonight. Sadly, he hasn't been consistent. Opposite side, Empower, he went outside of the wind shadow. He went into lighter wind because he knows those two here battling it out. It's going to be very close. The Mark keeps his 2nd. He takes 2nd. Aiden Gordon takes 2nd. KZ7 3rd. Yutsuki comes in 4th in total. Empower lost that 5th position. So Miss coming in. So what are coming in here? It's very, very close. Tacitus, Justin Mitchell. We will see the final overall score in a few sec. We will see what will happen coming in here. Pauline, cool running behind you. What a pleasant to be online with all of you today, seeing this fantastic Pacific Rim regatta. But now we're going to see what will happen with the overall score. Shambadu, he took the victory. The Mark took 2nd. KZ7 3rd. Yutsuki 4th. And those two, and the Mist took 6. Ooh. This is going to be a very, very close call who's coming in. And I have to say, unlucky for KTR. He took 15th position, but it doesn't matter. He has a discard. So it's all about how did Aiden Gordon do? How did Yutsuki do? Because KTR has 18 points. There will be a discard when we're coming in. So what will happen? Let's just take the stats while we're waiting for the scoreboard to be upgraded. Behind you with a good start, Shambadru had the best average speed. Yutsuki sailed the shortest distance, best maximum speed. And KTR 5 penalties in total. And here we can see Empower. He lost going to the wrong side downwind. Or I think actually did it in purpose. So he didn't wind in and had an inflict on the final score. But that battle with the Mark KZ7 Yutsuki is the battle that's going to tell us who is winning this regatta. And we're only waiting for the race officers to put in the result so we can see who is winning. Hold the breath. Is it going to be the youngster from New Zealand, the Mark, taking it, Aiden Gordon, or it's going to be Yutsuki taking it, or will KTR, the Japanese champion, keep the lead and the victory of this regatta? Scoreboard hasn't been upgraded yet. There's still a drum coming in. So who do you think will take it? It is mathematics. I think we will see the difference around 1, 2, 3, 4 points in here. And here is the final scoreboard. And huge congratulations to Aiden Gordon, the Mark. 16 points in because of that second position. He's getting a discard where he removed 9 points. So winning this regatta. Yutsuki with 4th position, getting 18 points. KTR, he could only watch what's happening, dropping to 3rd with 18 points. So this is how it ended up in the Asian Pacific eSailing 2nd edition regatta. Congratulations to all of the players and thank you for letting me in and broadcasting this fantastic event. Early European time, midday European time and late Japanese Pacific Asian time. And that was how everything went today. I hope all of you are staying safe and having fun at home. I hope all of you are well. And remember, tomorrow at 4 UTC, we will come in with another event here on the channel, another community event. This time we go to Scotland, we're going to Aberdeen, we are going to speak Scottish, and I'm going to have my co-host with me, Ali Island, also known Speedy_1. It's the first time ever he will be live in the studio. He is the British champion in fleet racing. He's also Nations Cup winner with the British team. So he knows a lot about eSailing, and he's going to commentate with me here. But congratulations to Aidan Gordon winning this one on the finish line. 2 points ahead of Yutsuki and KGR. All of you, stay safe, stay home, have fun, and see you online on the servers. This is Group A we just saw. We see winner is KTR with 18 points.